During the pandemic, I started working out with a few neighbors in my ice-cold garage. We were wedged between patio furniture, and all we had was a pull-up bar and a few weights. It was great for my physical health, but it was even better for my mental health during what was such a tough time. I was shocked and surprised to find out that my garage was no longer the go-to place in the neighborhood. Personal trainer and entrepreneur Gill Munn had built a whole home gym in place of her garage. She was now offering that same lifeline to the whole community, but on a much larger scale. Let's dive into her story. Hey, thank you, Jill, so much for meeting with us today at Travel Realty Group to talk in our video series, Bricks and Banter, about your business and how things got started.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so let's start off with FitStop, okay? It was a big surprise when this business popped up. Can you tell us a little bit about that journey, how you came?
Yeah, so we are currently in FitStop, TO. We're in my garage that I transformed into this beautiful, amazing gym. So I worked downtown at a gym for over 10 years, and I had moved to the East End, and I was like, I started training clients at different gyms and paying to rent their spaces. And I was like, eventually we had this crappy shed. I don't know if you remember it. Like it was bad. And it was like technically a 2-car garage. We didn't use it because it was so ugly. And so we were like, you know what? Let's tear it down. I'll make a small space to do a little bit of personal training. And then February 2020, we tore down. And then 3 weeks later, everything in the world shut down because of COVID. So I was like, I guess we're going for it. And so it ended up being, I just ordered all the equipment, and kind of our contractors could push it through because they'd already started. And then all of a sudden we had this 500 square foot space that was filled with equipment. And I was like, I guess we're doing it. I guess this is happening. So, fast forward to eventually I didn't end up going back downtown to the gym that I had been running before. I was doing some online stuff for them, and I just was like, you know what? No, we're here. We're doing it. Let's launch FitStop TO and see what we can do with it.
What would you say, to someone who has no idea what you do here? How is this different or unique from other gyms that people may have gone to in the past?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, because that is exactly what I was going for, is how can we be different? How can I help people? So I love personal training, and I love small group training. I used to do a lot of big classes downtown, and I love the smaller group because people get more attention, on them, And I know that personal training is not feasible for a lot of people, so I wanted to offer the personal training in a small group environment. So we only have up to 5 people in here, and I just wanted everybody, every human, every ability to feel welcome. And that's what it is. Myself and the 2 other trainers that I have working with me, we kind of pride ourselves on being inclusive and making sure everyone feels good about themselves and also is achieving their goals, right? And mostly the goals are let's just be stronger and be better at our daily lives. It's pretty cool. The community here is pretty cool.
I know you're not just here in the gym doing things and impacting the community. I see you impacting the community on a much larger scale, whether it's through the schools or other programs that you're involved with. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I love volunteering at the school. And because my job gives me the flexibility, a lot of the times I've already done 3 hours of work before most people have gotten up. I start at 5 a.m. So I can go to the school on Mondays at 11 a.m. to help kids learn to read. That sounds like I am a teacher, I am not. But sitting with kids and helping them, making them feel confident, doing arts and crafts with my son's preschool class. That brings me joy, that volunteer aspect of it. But we did a clothing drive here, and I think I do a little bit of work with the Salvation Army up at Woodbine and Danforth, and it just, I don't know, getting out of myself to help other people that's what matters.
Whenever I show up here, I have a big affinity for, hip hop and R&B and the 90s and 2000s. You know, tell us a little bit about your love for music and how you incorporate that.
Yeah, I basically stopped evolving with my music in like the early 2000s. Like I put new stuff in there just because like to please the people, but like let's be honest, I'm like 90s, early 2000s. It's just for me, the hip hop in the 90s. Like I played basketball growing up. I grew up in the 90s. Like the hip hop culture with basketball was just like it goes like hand in hand, and it's good music. Like the beats are good. Like there's so much crap out there now. I sound like I'm 100 years old, and that's cool, but like there's so much crap, and like I just love it. And I love the fact that people connect with it. And people are like, oh, that song is so sick. Like, well, I'm like, right?
What's next for you? What's next for FitStop? Where do you see yourself in 5 years and 10 years?
I mean, hopefully I get some more sleep. You know, I would love to expand to a bigger space, but not right now. Like right now, I'm so happy with this. And it's interesting you asked that because I just had a conversation the other day about how there's always pressure to like, what's next? What's next? What's next? I'm like, what about what's now? Like I like to live in the present as much as I possibly can, but I do have goals always, and like it is good to like set those goals. So like, yes, would I like to maybe have a bit of a bigger space, a second space, like an actual, I mean like, yeah, I would love to buy a building and then have I have another business that I'd like to put in that building as well. But do you have $1 million?
We can definitely help you find that building.
See, look, right there, a partnership.
Well, Jill, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Of course, thank you.
And thank you for the impact that you make, you know, not just on, every client that comes in here, because I know that it's a real lifeline for people. And you can tell when people are coming in, it just rejuvenates them, it gives them energy, and it gives them community. And you make such an impact through here and out there in the community, and we're really thankful for that.
Nice, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I'm happy that this is a safe space for people, and you know, we're here to have a good time. You'll get fit, get jacked if you want, whatever, but.
Awesome. Well, if you haven't checked out FitStop, come here, get in great shape, and get involved in the community. Thank you, Joe.